Alright guys, so in today's video I want to cover, in my opinion, the top 5 red units in the game. Now, I would try to keep in mind both PvE as well as PvP when I make this, so you can always switch the ranking around for these units. Now, at number 5, I'm gonna go with Finral. Now, I think even though he's an SR, everyone, or almost everyone, has this guy built up on his account. And that's because of his second and his ultimate. Because on the second, he increases the attack of all of his teammates, so not just one person like William does, but actually the whole team, which makes him very, very good for damage dealing, or for letting the others deal damage. And then, of course, his ultimate grants a speed up, removes debuffs, increase crit rate as well. So that's just the cherry on top, right? The fact that it increases your speed, makes you act faster is amazing to have, as well as the removes debuffs. Now, he's used in PvP as well, but he's mainly used for gear farming and such, which is something that you want to take care of early on with your account. Now, at number 4, and I know this is probably controversial, but I have Juno. Now, I mainly put him here, of course, for PvP. In PvE, this Juno isn't really used much, but when it comes to PvP, this skill, together with this card, is very, very good. Now, the silence is a low chance, right? 40%. I think he starts at 30%, but you need to, of course, up it, and then it goes all the way up to 50, which isn't too bad. And you just want to inflict silence. And I figured out that if you hit like 3 or 4 enemies with this, it will always at least silence someone. So it's really not as bad as it sounds on paper. It hits more often than you think. And when it comes to his ultimate, it taunts, which isn't the best thing. Like when it comes to a build, I would say to give this, a good amount of health because he does taunt with it. But you want to use this because it reduces mobility, but it also silences. That's the most important thing about him. It's the fact that he silences on both of these skills. And that's why he's a very good support for Black Asta in PvP. At number 3, I'm putting Witch Queen. Now, the only reason I put Witch Queen because obviously on herself, like on her own, she's not great. Um, this skill is not bad. Her first one, it inflicts bleed as well, but the second one inflicts bleed on the whole enemy team. Uh, oh, okay, it inflicts poison and burn as well. Okay, but only 50% chance. Still, this hits most of the time though. But I didn't even know that. I thought she just did bleed. Because here's the thing why I didn't really know that, or why I don't really care much about her first and second skill. It's because obviously you run Witch Queen with Black Asta. On her own she's kind of useless, but with him she's just the best support for him. If you want anyone to play with Black Asta, then you have to go with this unit. She grants the lifesteal to all allies, which means you can use Black Asta and regain all of his health. So, yeah, I don't think this is new information. This video is of course more catered towards newer players, so if you don't know who to build up on your account, or if you don't know how certain synergies work, then I think these videos will help. Where is she? My number 2, I put Noelle. Now, I have to put her at number 2 because she used to be the most broken red unit, but obviously right now she isn't anymore. But I still say she's still the second spot. This first skill hits everyone, like every enemy. It does so much damage. You can see it right here. 30%, 40%. It does insane damage, and it's an AoE. That's the crazy part about it. Then her second skill grants a barrier, and I believe this also grants uh, counterattack, or is that through her passives? Not sure. I believe this one just grants counterattack, which is also very nice to have. And then her ultimate does a lot of damage. It's basically like her first skill, but more damage. Uh, but yeah, the big thing about her is her second skill, which grants a lot of shield, and that's what you want to use for Black Asta. Which brings us, of course, to the number 1 unit, or the number 1 red unit, I should say, which is Black Asta. Now, yes, in general, he's also the number 1 unit in the game because the only one who can stand up to him right now would be Julius. And that's it, if you get your stun off on him. First skill is nothing special, but the second one is where it's at because it ups his defense and your entire team's defense. And the more defense you have with him, the more damage he does when he drops below 40% health. You can read it right here. He goes into anti-magic state and he basically turns into an attacker unit even though he's a defender, which makes him just amazing. Like he's basically both roles and no other unit in the game, even currently on JP and Korea, can do something like that. Um, his ultimate is not bad. You can definitely choose when you're in your, below 40% state. You can choose your ultimate to deal a lot of damage instead of your skill. But I would only do that on like boss enemies and stuff like that in PvE. It does remove barriers, which is very nice. So it doesn't matter if the enemy has a lot of barrier to defend with. It doesn't matter. He's a very, very strong unit, and even now with Miraleona releasing, he's not gonna have trouble with that because he's red, she's green. So he's gonna be dominating the game for probably a few more months at least. Even now on JP and Korea, there has to like still be someone who can actually counter him. So yeah. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Comment down below in which order you would put these five, or if you would put someone else in here and replace, for example, or Finral. I don't think the other three could be replaced, but just let me know your thoughts on it, and I'll be sure to reply to it. Yeah, see you in the next one. Peace.